Hello class, welcome to part 3 of War Photograph, of the reading and analysis of War Photograph by Kate Daniels. In the last video, we discussed how stanza 1 basically set the stage for the rest of the poem. It laid the groundwork out. It mainly established the scene of the poem. Now for the second stanza, as you can tell, the second stanza is the last stanza. This free verse poem only has 2 stanzas. There really isn't a consistent meter at all. It is a free verse poem. As you can tell, there's not really any rhyme so far on the first stanza, and as we read through the second, you won't see any rhyme either. So let's get started with reading the second stanza. She is running from the smoke and the soldiers from the bodies of her mother and little sister thrown down into a ditch. So as you can see, in the last stanza she was running, and the girl is still running in stanza 2, and she will be running for the rest of the poem. The repetition of the word running kind of establishes to the reader that it basically feels like the girl's running forever, like she is running till this day when you view the photograph. This infinite run, this infinite suffering and pain, it really establishes a very dark mood throughout the poem. It's very dark. So see, there's soldiers. This is a war photograph, so it makes sense that there is soldiers. And her mother and little sister thrown down into a ditch. That is an unbearable loss there. It continues this dark mood from this photograph. And Kate Daniels, who is the speaker in this poem, I believe, she is essentially writing down like her thoughts and her feelings through and she exhibits her emotions through these poetic elements throughout the poem. And we'll see that as we continue. Terrible loss there for the girl, and it establishes the dark scene that this war photograph really is. And if you view the photo in the description, it's a very sad photo. From the blown up bamboo hut, from the melted pots and pans. See repetition of from there. Blown up bamboo hut. That is alliteration. Blown up bamboo. From the melted pots and pans. There we go. It's a repetition of the same line with the melted pots and pans. There's alliteration there. The significance of the alliteration, maybe it's used to emphasize the blown up bamboo and the melted pots and pans, maybe emphasize the destruction that's going on in the scene. And as we go through this poem, I would like you to think about, like, as we look through the various poetic elements of the poem, just how it relates to the bigger idea that Kate Daniels is trying to convey, the theme, how all of this relates. And I'm sure you'll come up with a different theme than I will, and that's the beauty of poetry. But I would just like you to think about that as we continue to read. So we'll continue with the line, and she is also running from the gods in the next video.